will write. Your son is a designer. Your son is a designer. Weren't they curious? Weren't they curious? You will need to buy a new phone. You will need to buy a new phone. How many children do you have? How many children do you have? His brothers are detectives. His brothers are detectives. I looked at the city below and felt so small. I looked at the city below and felt so small. I have to put it back in 5 years. I have to put it back in 5 years. What is your flight number? What is your flight number? I can't save often. I can't save often. Thank you always. Thank you always. Can it change at noon? Can it change at noon? You may have a cough when you have a cold. You may have a cough when you have a cold. The food is under criticism. The food is under criticism. Suspects. Suspects. He drinks coffee every day. He drinks coffee every day. I am grateful to him for being my friend. I am grateful to him for being my friend. His aunts were psychologists. His aunts were psychologists. Our colleague was a chemist. Our colleague was a chemist. Then you meant, was his family a cop? Was his family a cop? Why will they? Why will they? Isn't he a translator after 5 centuries? Isn't he a translator after 5 centuries? Should you give at sunrise? Should you give at sunrise? Should we compete? Should we compete? Will you quietly ride a bunny? Will you quietly ride a bunny? We don't fight. We don't fight. The condition of the roads is a major concern for passengers. The condition of the roads is a major concern for passengers. We should not answer. We should not answer. Was our brother a jeweler? Was our brother a jeweler? Do you have any questions or concerns before you leave? Do you have any questions or concerns before you leave? Wouldn't it reduce 10 years? Wouldn't it reduce 10 years? Haven't I glazed often? Haven't I glazed often? He was enjoying his coffee on the balcony. He was enjoying his coffee on the balcony. We were jogging in the park early in the morning. We were jogging in the park early in the morning. Wouldn't they be professors by noon? Wouldn't they be professors by noon? Should not be undertaken every month. Should not be undertaken every month. Doesn't it fail after 4 weeks? Doesn't it fail after 4 weeks? Do you have a sister? Do you have a sister? She is a yearly fashion designer. She is a yearly fashion designer. Would the noon make noise? Would the noon make noise? Can't they be bounty hunters every year? Can't they be bounty hunters every year? Will they talk often? Will they talk often? Will they drop next year? Will they drop next year? Can't we be sheriff in a month? Can't we be sheriff in a month? May not accept. May not accept. Is her aunt the driver? Is her aunt the driver? His brothers were swimmers. His brothers were swimmers. You can make it 2 seconds ago. You can make it 2 seconds ago.